Hey everyone, it's Chris Texera. Let's play another game of the Settlers of Catan on Catan Universe. We are in the number 2 position. Let's take a look at this delightful board. So, well, first thing that pops to your mind here is going to be wood and brick. My goodness, look at this. We got this one real wood spot, and then all this brick in one spot. So that is interesting. You don't see that too often. Road is going to be really tough. Anyone going for a road game is going to be in a really interesting position here. Man, that is really tough because a road player could be in a really good position, especially if they manage to get part of these pieces. It's going to be tough though if they do decide this. It's pretty. It's kind of sneaky. Like what could happen here? Because wood's rare, bricks are rare. Huh. Really interesting. Really, really interesting. I think there could be a case to go take like the 5, 10, 8 here. Like I don't hate that. Like the 6, 4, 3 is obviously great. Can't compete with that. That's awesome. But man, I gotta say, there is something to be said about this. Let me weigh this here. Let me think about this. This is 9, 12 pips. This is only 10 pips. Man, that would be a little that'd be a little too crazy though. I'm just trying to think. 10 pips. I'm gonna play it safe here. I'm gonna take this. The 6, 4. They will get the best ore, good wheat. But yeah, I mean, there's certainly something to be said about this plant, especially in our situation. I guess I get a little nervous. The problem is we're in the second pick, right? With the second pick, if I go here, maybe I wind up getting like a really garbagey second pick or like another pick, right? It could be that this gets taken, and then I got a 5, 10, 8 with like limited options. That's not great, right? So then my brick is basically useless. Alternatively, I could go do something else, right? There's certainly other options there. Like this, maybe waiting here isn't bad because maybe it opens up this 6, 5, 11. Like that's an interesting thought. No, it doesn't. And I think that's okay. So we got a clear road game here. Very clear road game. Question for us here. Where do we go with this? One thing I don't love about this position is our perceived weakness on the wheat here. This is an interesting pick because if I go here, this could open him up for the 9, 4, 2. I don't love that. I almost think it's better to double up my wheat, block purple here, just kind of live on this double 4, and then build up to the 3, 11. Like, I don't love it, but I think it's kind of the best scenario because where else are we going to go? Right? So we're going to be really living on these 3s. We still have a shot at the sheep port. That's an option. But at least this way, it really reduces their game to basically just expand into a couple locations. So I'm going to take the 9, 11, 3 here, or 9, 4, 11 here. I think that's right. Because now what do you do here? What do you do? Do you take 6, 2? They could take the sheep port, which I think is a fair danger for purple here. I think that is certainly a possibility. With the way this map is laid out, I would not be surprised. And if it's me, maybe that's what I'm doing. Because I think the problem with where this is, like you can't take this, even though it's nice, because then you take away your own 3 for 1 port. That's kind of dumb. Do you go 4, 11? I don't think that's worth it. I think the 3, 11's too weak. To me, this makes the most sense. Like, tell me if you guys agree. Like, I think the 3-8 makes the most sense here for red. It stinks for purple, but I really think that's the game here for red. They get the port, 2 ports. Their wheat's not great, but again, they have the expansion ability. Weirdly enough, and then they do. There you go. That stings. That's yeah, and we put them in that box, right? We put them in that box. By taking this 9-4-11, we force them over here. This destroys purple's game. It really does. But maybe it allows us to get some brick, maybe on the cheap, because now they really need to try to get out. Now, unfortunately, maybe the place they try to go is the 3-11. So we'll have to see. There is certainly some danger there. No, they're going 3 for 1. Okay. But it's really interesting because red's in a bit of a bind here all of a sudden. Like, where do you go? Right? So I think this works out for us. We get a decent amount of space. I'm gonna pass. As interesting as that is, oh, they get the 1 for 1. They get the card. Okay. They're just doing that for a card. I think that's fine. We get a 6, which is sweet. We could get a card. There's brick now. So we're really looking at that brick. We can get some of that brick. I'll take it. 7. Interesting call here. Green is interesting. Green is interesting. They're probably a little too weak for the Orwe cheap game jet set. If they get to this port or this port, maybe it's something. I think we go here. Actually gonna steal from red. Maybe we can get a brick. No. Okay. You know, maybe that was a mistake. Actually, I think maybe I should have stolen. Yeah, they had they did have a 6. Yeah, I think I goofed that. Maybe I should have actually stolen the 6 here. So I'm gonna blame myself. I'm gonna buy a card. That was a mistake. Oh, hey, that works out. That could be pretty game changing here, especially if we get an early monopoly for like for the brick. That could really be huge. So we'll see. We're gonna keep this open here, see what's available. But man, that early game monopoly, that could be huge for our game. Another 7. Back on the 8. Yeah. Yeah, I do think we made a mistake though. I do think we should have hit green probably on the 6 or even the 10. Kind of stinks. They're a little bit of a box up here. Again, they get this brick port though. That could really start kicking off their game. Again, you know, they've got the sheep port. It's something. Let's see what these guys are complaining about. All 3 robbed me. LOL. Yeah, that stinks. Sorry, man. All right, let's start to see what we get here. We get some sheep. We get a brick. I don't know if there's brick available, but I am open to it. We can get some. If we can get one cheap or sheep. Do I want to give him that? It's a 2 for 1. I'm gonna pass. I still got that monopoly hanging around. And this is kind of the rare case where I think maybe the monopoly could do so much damage early that it's probably worth playing it early. Which you're not usually going to hear me say. But if this keeps going off here, and we can get some early this or 2. Get a 9. Okay, more brick. It's a decent amount of brick here. Like, I would potentially do some trades. So right now there's what, 3 brick? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did Icefly play anything else? If this rolls again, I think we mono for sure. We take the 6. They just get a wheat there. Okay. Because even this is an interesting option. We could sneak in here. 1, 2, 3. Not that I think that's likely, but man, that would be pretty nice. We get more brick. He's offering me 1 for 1 all of a sudden. You know, I'm gonna mono for it. Let's do it. Let's get it. I think it's just so worth it. Can we get this? Let's see. Never know. Don't get it. That's okay. We're gonna go 3 for 1 port here. Trade. We'll get that. And we'll build a road to boot, and we'll pass. Really mean monopoly there. I think that's pretty awesome. Very, very good. Now, again, ideally we were looking maybe get to the 8-10. If that was possible, oh man, that would have been nice. Didn't happen. Didn't happen, but that's okay. We get soloed on the 6. Okay, interesting. Oh, perfect. You get the 4. It's a bummer. We lose the city there. But that's okay. That's okay. Best case, we secure this 311, which case we're in really good shape for the road. We have natural expansion spots on the 6-2, maybe even the 5-2, maybe the 411. You know, that's interesting. Or can I get the 1? Should probably offer 1. Ah, I passed the card. Okay. Well, kind of stinks. It's okay. I'm gonna take a card. We'll take the knight. I think the knight's fine here. We've had that 1-4 so far. So 6, a lot of brick, man. A lot of brick. I wonder if I think that early mono on the brick was pretty okay on our part here. We'll happily take the wood. Happily take the wood. I think there's some danger here with these guys. 10. Like that wheat. Let's see, what has he got? Is there sheep on this board? Jerome receives 2 sheep. He's got a lot of goodies at the moment. I think I play it. I'm gonna hit red here. We get the wheat. I'm fine with that. And we get the 9. Sweet. Very sweet. We'll take the settle. Very nice. Very happy. We've got our extra brick. We got the wheat ore. Things are looking pretty good. And we get double wheat, which is even better. Maybe we get a 6 on this roll. We'll find out. We do block the 8, though. We'll take it. Oh, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, they steal from us. It's a bummer. Hopefully we can buy some cards and kind of deal with that. They get a brick, though, which is honestly the one thing I don't think that they needed. So, but, you know, that brick port could be pretty dangerous. There's been a ton of 6s and 9s so far. So kind of hoping that those kind of regulate themselves a little bit. This eight's obviously very strong. I think at the moment it's probably green who's going to be our biggest threat. I think red all of a sudden really isn't that big of a threat. Purple could get the road, but they're going to be, unless they can start getting their or we cheap game going, which so far just hasn't happened. That's a break for us. That's a big break for us. Now the question is, where does it go? I don't think you hit me. I don't know. I think this maybe goes on the 6 or the 10, maybe even the 8. I actually don't know if I'm the block here. Because the 4, it's like, okay, I mean, that's not that great. I think ideally you leave it where it is. I think if a 7, if he had a knight, right, maybe he puts it back. He does hit me on the 4. I'm a little surprised. A little surprised. All right, buys it. That's okay. Come on, 6. Need a 6. We get a 7. We'll take it. Gonna hit here. Solo you, get an ore. What about this? Nada. We'll pass. I think soloing the 8 here is a good call. Very nice. We deprive greenness of juice. It's probably coming back, but we'll see. Oh, they don't play anything, which is awesome. That's awesome. I also think that stops them from playing anything. Yep, and we block them again. Nice. Very, 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 very nice. Love it. Now, we would love a 6 here. Would love a 6. If I can get the city, I take the city. I'm not mad buying another card, since again it could kind of be very nice, but I think the 6 is our preferred play. As annoying as they are, I think I'm depriving green of their cards. We get one. I'm gonna buy a card here. Well, you know, can I get a sheep for a brick? How about that? I wouldn't mind 2 cards. Let's see if purple does this. Nope. Don't need it that bad, my man. Red takes. I'm gonna give it to red. I think for me, the 2 is worth it here. Especially since that just gets them one road faster. Maybe it helps them. Maybe they have like a You're a Plenty or a road builder. I think that's a tell. Of course not. I think that's a bit of a tell about what those cards are. So I think we're in pretty good shape here with the army. And we get 11. That's sweet. Right now, it looks like we're in the driver's seat. It really does. Going on our 6th, I don't think there's a question. Yep, not a question. Takes the wood, which, you know, is okay. And there they go. All right. Well, we got to think about this. You know, they could get going here. We're going to play the knight. Again, I think they're just a little bit more dangerous at this point in time. Take that. Maybe we get a good roll. We block the 8 again. That's just brutal. Can we get a wheat for an... Again, if we can action, I'll take it. Anything for this wheat? All right, that's fine. Again, we have the army in hand. I mean, now this becomes a matter of let's get some wheat somehow. That sheep's nice. We'll take that. So if we can steal some, maybe a 10 rolls, maybe we get a nice 4. Even if we have to 3 for 1 our ore, it's not the end of the world. Block the 8 again. Man, this has been brutal for green. Absolutely brutal for them. They need it too, huh? That's a little bit of a tell for me as well. They get brick. We know green has brick. And again, there's no rush for me to play this knight right now. That's the other thing. I don't need to play it. All right, we get the 7. That is unfortunate. I'm going to discard this. It's going to go here. I'm actually going to go hit you. We get that. We'll take it. Here's the question. We're going to go for the road. How do we want to approach this? Could go up to the 411. Don't think it's worth it. I think maybe we just do this. Try to get to the 6-2. We go about it in a roundabout way where we could connect. I'm going to do that. I think this gives us a little bit more flexibility. So I'm okay with that. A-okay with that. And again, like that 8 being open, Green's had such a rough go with that 8 being blocked so far. Like, maybe it's okay we get some wheat from them if it rolls. Could be good. We need a city. That's a big deal. It's going to hit us. That stinks. Gets our ore. That stinks. A lot of 7s so far. 9 7s. There's the 5. I don't love that because he's getting some ore here, which is not really what I want. We get an 11. Okay. We're playing a very, like... Well, he needs wheat. He doesn't have it yet. But he does have these sheep. Now, I don't think the 3... Well, 3 rolled a couple of rounds ago. 9 hasn't rolled in a while. Yeah, I think he's looking to try to figure out what he wants to do here. It's not, like, obvious. And maybe there's a card in here. We'll have to see what he's up to. Like, I'm willing to bet there's maybe a Year of Plenty or something. Maybe these are 2 VPs. That's also a possibility. Oh, he did have a knight this whole time. Wow. Wow. Look at that. That's shocking. He didn't play this earlier. I guess he didn't need to. I think the problem is he lets me gain the advantage on a knight, right? Like, don't play knights for no reason, but if you are playing a knight game, ooh, now he gets this. Okay. I'm content with it being there at the moment. Get a 9. We know there's brick out there. Can I get this? I'm open for options here. I think there's a path where if we do get this, we could be pretty unstoppable. Do I hit him? That's another question. I think I'm gonna hold. I gotta wonder if he has another knight. It's a little weird that he had one before and didn't play it. So by not playing it, we do kind of risk losing the army if he has one. So the problem is I don't really have the resources I want to do anything. See, now I think she's worth the hit. Before I'm kind of like, let's be patient a little bit, see what we can get. But if we can get her now, okay. They're not connecting. Yeah, okay, and that, again, this puts them in another 8. Puts them into a little bit of a bind. We can get some of those weeds. I'll be very happy. Green? Sure, I'll give you 1. 1 for 1 seems reasonable. Oh, it takes it from them. Okay. Let's see what they're up to. Are they going to go 6-12? No, they're playing the conservative route. Probably smart. Another 8. Man, those 8s have been hot. All right, let's see what red's up to. Red buys a card. I don't love that. But you know, is what it is. I'm gonna play our knight. I think we kind of have to. Gonna go here. We get the wheat. It's what we want. We'll roll. We get a 10. Figures. That is enough for us to buy another card. We're gonna do it. I think we need to keep our pace up here. But red is starting to become more threatening. Block the 8 again. We'll take it. The good news is red also has some wheat we could potentially hit. And look out there. Man, look at that. Another 8. My goodness. Hey, that's been a pretty brutal block. My goodness. We get a 3. Okay. Gotta look out here. There's a card coming, I think. Gotta be careful with red. Purple is interesting too. Purple is still kind of on the precipice of almost being really awesome. I really need a city to get this going. We have not been fortunate enough to get one just yet. Or are they going to city here? That'd be nasty. Oh no. Interesting. Okay, they take that. Well, we knew he had one of those, so there's that. We know there's a wheat here. Let me roll first. Oh, good block again. Ouch. Can I get a wheat? I think blocking this 5 makes some sense. Let's do it. We get the wheat because we knew we had one. We'll buy another card. We're hoping for mono. Another knight is also okay. It's making our knight lead a little insurmountable. Still gives us power. Man, these 8s. My God, it's 13 of them. So it's a little crazy. All right, they're connecting. Okay. So that changes things a little bit, I suppose. It does make it so the road is gonna be a little more unlikely. I mean, we could still take it. That was never really a part of our game, but it was an option for the quick win. But my goodness, do I need some better rolls here. All right, we get a 9. Yeah, okay. Starting to think this 10 might not be too shabby for us to block on another 7. We'll see. Gotta be a little careful here. All right, there's a lot of brick. A lot of brick right now. I'm gonna hold. I think the hold is still a good idea. I don't love it. I just need something else to roll here. The 11 is interesting. That gives us some flexibility. Especially with them slowly moving up. They got a bunch of brick. That sucks for us. That stinks. Let me think here. I think we lose the sheep. Let's do that. Solos me takes the wood. That's fine. Okay. Ugh, man, this has been very, very kind of slow here. We get this. We're there. I'm thinking it's the 10. I think we hit the 10 here. Try to deprive some wheat. I mean, I hate that this is taking so long. It's going very, very slow. Like, we can build another settle here, but it's very, very painfully slow at this point. And there they go. I'm going to play the knight. Hit here. We get a brick. That's not nothing. Okay. I'm pretty okay with this brick. I'm gonna take the brick here. I think that is actually pretty okay for us. Probably going back on the 6. Yep. Sting. All right. Well, at least we use it for a good reason. Sting again. Man. It's been a little slow here trying to get this. Our 4s have really not hit. We've had 2. That's been kind of our biggest inconsistency here. We've been so slow on the wheat. It's been a problem. It has been a problem. If we lose this, it's probably going to be because of the lack of wheat production. And again, I'm a little surprised we haven't had a city yet. But hey, it happens. Again, they've done a good job as a table of slowing us down, but I need these to hit. All right, hey, we'll take that. Well, here's a question. Where do you hit here? Do you solo me on the 4, which have barely rolled? No, hit the 9. That's interesting. Gets the ore, which is really good for them. Again, there's a danger here. I think, yeah, I think the table might need to start looking at green. Green gonna wreck us. At least green is a little limited because they're not going to take the army and they're probably not going to take the road. So if they're going to win, it's probably going to be from production, just pure production. And quite frankly, these dice rolls, which have just been a little insane. 8s and 9s, especially these 8s. I'm so sad I don't have a piece of the 8s. What is this? No. Mm. All right, well, you get a 6. I mean, it's something. We're open for business a little bit here. We'll have to see what can come. I'll take a brick too, if possible. Has to be the right trade though. Doesn't look like we're getting anything, unfortunately. I'm gonna sit on my sheep and ore. Again, it's risky. It's risky, especially if we 7 out, but I need certain rolls to happen here. I think all of a sudden, like, we're not in as good of a position as I'd like to think that we are. I think obviously we have the army, that's fine. But our problem is I need a city and I need it badly. Otherwise, I think we're in real trouble. I really do. Now, again, I think this is gonna be one of those slow burn games at this point. Like, oh, that's interesting. I think that's a little dangerous. I think you gotta go in here. Probably hits us again. Yeah. Frustrating. I'm not gonna help him. It's green all the way, guys. Rob Green. It's Rob Green. Green gonna win this one. We're gonna disrupt. Green gonna win this one. Let's put a little bit of chaos in there. At least try. And honestly, I think they will. Like, if they're gonna keep trading with green, like, just not good for us. Especially with 2 cards. This is not good. I need. Yeah, because we're stuck. We are stuck. We are absolutely stuck here. Like, we're not gonna win. Like, we're not gonna win at this point. Like, we're in big trouble. That's it, at least. Prevents them from blocking them. But now it's just like, yeesh. So pretty sure there's a VP here. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think we're in big trouble right now. I really do. Our game has just shut down with these lack of fours. Mm-mm. Okay. Yeah, this is very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Very, very bad. At least, yeah, they're gonna try to connect. God, this is getting a little ridiculous. Man, this stinks, guys. This really stinks. Oh, we're in such a bind here. Stop trading with them. Come on. Man, it's so crazy. This started out so well, and it has just crashed and burned here. And even they're coming too. I mean, look out. Like we have been just stuck. Another eight. Like we're stuck. We're absolutely stuck. This stinks. Ugh. 17 eights, guys. I'll say if we do win this game, it'll be quite remarkable. I don't see how we do. Not right now anyway. Like this is just rough. They could be at nine. Like look out. This is bad. They need a city though to achieve that. Honestly, they might get there just because this is going so quickly. Unbelievable. Like we're just trying to stay afloat. This could be a fourth place finish for us, which is really bad. Um, ugh, God, this stinks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This stinks. And the sevens have dried up too for us. I cannot believe there's been 17 eights. That stinks. I know I did the video on like the rigged stuff. Games like this make it seem like it's right. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not. Nine, great. Fantastic. All right. I mean, it gives us a card. I'll take it. Like anything to try to get this away. Hopefully it's not a nice night. Just not really what we want. I mean, I'm getting 11. I think the game's already over. Like I think he's just gonna port here. Okay, well, build another road, connect. Well, yeah, it's over. That stinks, guys. Wow, what a terrible, terrible series there. I mean, we didn't do ourselves a lot of favors, not four for one. But again, my fear is like if I four for one, it's like if we trade back for the wheat, like we're gonna get robbed again. I don't know. In terms of last place finishes, this one really stinks. Like, what do we do here? Like, I don't know. This one stings. Stings. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of our more unlucky games. I'll have to do the math. Yeah, we got robbed a bunch, which I think was a little undeserved. I think we were definitely the rob in the beginning, but then at the end, oh God, like yeesh, 17 eights. My goodness, the two fours. This killed us. This absolutely destroyed our game. Again, you'd like to think that this would roll. This should have rolled what? At least six times if we are going by the averages, seven times probably. Did not happen. I mean, the tens too. So, the other players also had a wheat problem, but they were a little bit more able to get out of the flex. Maybe we bought a little too many cards here. But again, it's tough, right? Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, if we don't buy cards, we're gonna get robbed and just beaten down. No cities. Yeah, that killed us. We just got outproduced. Oh man, that stinks. We were on the precipice of the top 25 too. We were at number 27. So we're probably back down into the 30s in terms of overall ranking Tiny Universe. We'll get back up there. This one stings because I feel like it just dried up for us at the end. And like, ah, really sad. I'm real honestly, you gotta hand it to Purple. Purple did a pretty great job of recovering, right? And making this kind of ridiculous little road city thing here. They really did. They did a remarkably good job. Remarkably good job. So all kudos to Purple. Like their game was so trash here. But maybe our original instinct of thinking of like the road game was right. It wound up winning. It really did. That gave them a lot of flexibility. Now they didn't get any ore, but it didn't matter in the end. So rough, guys. Well, hey, thanks for watching. That's the way it happens sometimes. See you next time.